Okay, guys, what is up? And again, I will start off with an apology. We said that we would be making this video in the next 2 or 3 days. I lied. It's been a long time since that video. Not really a long time in retrospect, but a long time, technically. And in that video, we mentioned we were going to be showing you how to battle if you don't have like enough money to buy a launcher, or your launcher's broke. And that's going to be how to build a Lego launcher. And all you're going to need for this are some Legos, a little bit of hot glue, some string, and all your imagination. So, we're going to get right into it. So, the only difficulties with making this is if you don't have the right Lego pieces, or you don't have hot glue, access to any hot glue. So, we're going to start off with 2 of these long black rods. And they have so many holes in them, and you're going to put them sideways. So we have 2 of them, you're going to line them up. And then, just to make sure they stay in place, you need to leave a gap in between them. So, we take this 3x3 plate, and put it somewhere where you're going to have enough space to have like a handle and enough space for the gears to fit, so you can get some nice speed. And we'll be talking about that later. And another thing I like to do is I like to put this little pin in there with, okay, basically if you have these pieces, you know what they are and you can put them in. And I always put this in the back for extra stability. So you just push that down, that goes down, click that, and you have this. And this is the start of your handle. And then you're left with this empty space right here, and we will show you how to make your gear setup. So, this is the inside of a Lego. It's like the Lego wheel, and you can put rubber tires on there. This is the Lego wheel, and they have these little holes that fit these little square cross axle things. It's what I really don't like about doing this video is that people like to do it the exact way they see it in the video. So we just want to let you know you don't have to do it exactly like this. When I said imagination, you're able to do whatever you want with this. And the way I did it is I took this and I put it down through the top so it looked a lot like this. And you have this, and this is going to be where the string winds up at. So you want to make sure that for this part, this is attached to a big gear. It's attached to this gear. And if you know how gears work, you want to always go from big to small to get the most speed. Because when you turn a big to a small, it turns the small faster. But if you turn a small to a big, it turns the big slower. So what we want to do is we want to make sure it's the perfect distance away from where the bottom's going to be. And this is the bottom. It's another axle glued to this little cut piece inside of a broken launcher. Like this came off of a Hasbro launcher, and it was the Hasbro Switch Strike launcher. It broke off, and since it's a dual spin, excuse me guys, since it's a dual spin, we were able to hot glue it on and make sure it didn't fall off. So this is going to be at the very end right here, and you're going to take it and put it right here. So it's at the very end. But before you go all the way, you're going to want to put your small gear in there. And this might take a little bit of time. You just got to make sure it's in there. Put your little gear right here and push it through. And so like this, it's able to spin freely on here. But it also runs the risk of sliding off after so much. So you take these little ones with a little hole in the middle. They're very thin. Very thin. And you put this on the top so that it doesn't come off in the future. And be free to mess around with it, making sure that it stays tight all around, but it also needs to stay free spinning. So this is what it should look like. I mean, if it has a little bit of wiggle, that's not bad, and it allows for more mobility. So now we got to see where this fits in there. My voice is a little bit raspy. So, you see from the top, you have those holes. You gotta line it up with the small gear so that it's able to spin. in the perfect position, which is three holes away from this. So, now that you have it, you keep it there, and you take this piece that we talked about earlier, and you put it in. Make sure it's lined up with the gear, and you slide it down in here. So now you have this. Your string is going to be attached to this little wheel right here, and it's going to spin the big gear, spinning the small gear. Now when I was talking about big to small, you can see that when you spin the big gear, it spins the launching thing, whatever you want to call it, faster. If I spin it slow, it still spins pretty fast for like spinning standards right now. And if I go like this, it goes pretty fast. And you're going to have the launch speed with the string pulling this, and it depends on how fast you launch. But it will increase the speed by quite a bit. And so now I was talking about string and how you needed that. So this is a Lego piece. It's a rare Technic Lego piece. It looks like this. I don't really know what it's called, but if you know you have one of these, this is what you want to use, because it's kind of, you can get your fingers around here, and you're able to tie the string. I just did a crazy knot that I know won't ever come off, and this is just regular string, nothing too special about it, and I made it a decent size, pretty long, a decent size. So, and I made it my launcher a little bit thicker, and this is like imagination. I don't really need to spend more time on this explaining. You guys can do whatever you want with this. I made it look like this, so it's thicker and I have a better grip on it. So this is the string. And now that you have your string and your grip all set up, your final product should look somewhat like this, and your imagination is the limit to what you're going to do and how you spruce it up. I've actually had many prototypes before, and I made a red one with this fancy looking grip, and it felt so comfortable to hold. And I had like 2 gear sets in here, and everything was covered up so you couldn't even see the gears, and I loved it. And then it broke because it's Legos, and I don't like super gluing Legos together to make sure they stay put. So, and right here we can see that there is some hot glue. Because previously, I thought it'd be a good idea to hot glue this to it. Yeah, it's not that good of an idea. Super glue works way better. I learned that from my previous launcher. Or, what you just do is you can hold it down. You just hold it down here, and you spin it. So, I just take the gear, and I slowly spin the string around while holding the starting point. This is a little bit hard because I'm watching the camera while I do this, and I can't really see what I'm doing down below it. So just hold it down and start spinning. Sorry guys. Just start spinning. And you're probably thinking, well, it's not a stationary line. How is this going to work? I will explain that in a second. It keeps on coming undone. So, I'll let my brother talk about a little bit of what our next video is going to be about when I try to wind this up. So, you can take it away. Our next video plan?
Well, we're probably going to do something like, which is better, the Phoenix launcher or the homemade Lego launcher.
And we're going to be comparing all our launchers, because our last launcher video, it blew up. It got more views than any of our other videos. And
we actually got a comment.
Yeah, we got a comment, guys. We got a comment. So that was a very popular video.
I was the one who replied, so.
It was a very popular video. I'm guessing you guys, the fans, like those videos. So we're going to be doing more launcher videos, more comparisons, which ones you should buy, which ones are cheaper, and where you can get them. So now I have this all wound up, and it looks like this. It's all wrapped around here, and you have it. So it depends on the way you wind it up, because since there are 2 gears, you have to wind it the opposite way that you want it to spin. So I wound it up clockwise, and that means it'll spin the bottom part counterclockwise since there are 2 gears. So the top part is wound up clockwise, so when I pull, it'll spin clockwise, but the bottom part spins counterclockwise. It's a little bit confusing, but whenever you want to spin a counterclockwise way, you wind it up clockwise whenever you want to spin a clockwise bay. You wind it up counterclockwise. I'm stumbling over my words a lot. I'm sorry. And you can see my knees. So this is what it looks like, and we're gonna do a test battle. And since I wound it up clockwise, it only works for a counterclockwise. And so we have Hell Salamander right here. We're gonna be testing him out on our Lego launcher, and we're gonna be showing you that it's pretty effective. He is in his attack mode, and so all you have to do is just attach it like you would any other launcher, if this would work. It's kind of being a little bit stubborn. Hasbro doesn't sometimes work with the Karatomi, so trying to get this to work. Okay, I think. Okay, this should work. So now he's on, and we will spin him. 3, 2, 1, go shoot.
Hasbro to Karatomi, don't work.
That didn't work. Sorry.
Hasbro to Karatomi, don't.
Sometimes it'll just stay on, but I didn't mention this. I probably should have. So what you want to do is you want to have it somehow attached. Just for the sake of, we don't have any super glue right now. We didn't attach it and we tried hot glue, and it would just break off. So you want to have it stop, so it jolts the bay off. So when it stops this, it'll jolt the bay off and then continue spinning. That's the main objective. So yeah, so that's why you saw the hot glue on here. Sorry if that didn't make much sense, but I just love apologizing to you guys because we aren't doing a very good job with this YouTube channel. And yeah, that has been the video. So this is how to make a Lego launcher. And your imagination is the limit. You can spruce it up. You can improvise however many ways you want. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment on how to make our channel better, on any videos we should do next, and you can email us and we'll have an email in the link in the description below. See you guys in the next one.